Hi loves, and welcome in. Before we get started, I just want to remind you to take what resonates for you and trust your own intuition with the rest. This is a general reading, so not every detail will fit everyone, but if you feel yourself leaning in while you're listening, if something feels familiar, if it feels personal, that's usually Spirit's way of confirming this message is for you. And if this reading does resonate, make sure to like and subscribe so your energy is connected to future readings. Now, just looking at the cards that came out today, I can already see that this is a love reading about a connection that has been strained by distance, confusion, and emotional tension. There's still a pull here. There are still feelings on both sides, but there's also something unresolved, standing in the way of things moving forward naturally. This feels like a situation where both people know something shifted, something broke, or something changed, but it never fully got talked through. So now there's unfinished business sitting between you. Also, stay with me until the end, because we're going to look at what this person is hiding and what they're planning to do next. And that part brings a lot of clarity. So let's go ahead. All right, let's start with the situational oracle and the energy Spirit wants to bring forward about this connection today. The first card out is Seduction Reversed, followed by Shattered Upright. At the center of the reading, we have Distance Reversed. Then we get Cloudy Judgment Reversed, Read with Shattered, and finally Conflict. When I clarified Seduction Reversed, we got Stress Upright. Right away, this tells me most of this emotional energy is coming from the other person. Seduction Reversed shows that whatever dynamic used to exist between you is no longer working the way it used to. The attention, the flirting, the emotional pull, the sense that they still had access to you, that has changed. Your energy is different now. You're not responding the same. You're not showing up the same emotionally, and they feel that shift. With Stress clarifying this, Spirit is showing that this change has really thrown them off. They've been overthinking, they've been unsettled, they've been emotionally restless, trying to understand what happened and whether they've lost their place in your life. Then we have Shattered Upright, and this tells me something real happened here. This wasn't just drifting apart. This wasn't just time passing. There was a moment, a realization, a situation, or a buildup of things that caused emotional damage. Something cracked in this connection, and both of you are aware of it. Things haven't felt the same since. At the center of the reading, we have Distance Reversed, and this is important, because even with everything that's happened, this person doesn't want separation. They don't want emotional distance, they don't want disconnection, they still want closeness. They still want access. They still want things to feel the way they used to. For some of you, this means they've been thinking about reaching out, showing up, or even traveling toward you. For others, it's emotional, wanting to feel close to you again, even if they don't know how to fix what broke. Then we have Cloudy Judgment Reversed, Read with Shattered. This shows clarity. They understand what went wrong. They see what hurt you. They recognize what caused the shift. They know what created the fracture in the connection. There's regret tied to that awareness, a sense that if things had been handled differently, the situation wouldn't feel like this now. And then we have Conflict. So even though they want reconnection, even though they understand what happened, and even though they feel stressed about losing you, there is still unresolved tension here. There are still things that haven't been fully talked through. There are still emotions sitting under the surface. There are still boundaries being tested. That's why this connection feels complicated. That's why it feels unfinished. That's why it feels like there's still a pull between you, even with everything that's happened. And I want to mention this now because it explains a lot. When I see the tarot spread now for this reading, it shows very clearly that this is someone who is tied to a commitment. That could be a relationship, a marriage, a long-term situation, a family dynamic, or something that connects them to someone else. That commitment is a big reason for the tension, the confusion, and the emotional heaviness here. It explains the stress. It explains why things stalled. It explains why they want you but feel restricted. It explains why this connection never fully moved forward the way it could have. So now that we understand the emotional foundation of what's going on here, let's move into the tarot and look deeper at how they truly feel, what they're hiding, what they want, and what they're planning to do next. Let's get into your spread, because Spirit laid this out in a very clear way, and there's a story here from beginning to end. You pulled 8 cards first to show the full situation, and then 2 cards for advice. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense why this connection has felt so confusing and emotionally heavy for you. The first card is the 8 of Swords upright, clarified by the 8 of Cups reversed. And right away, this shows me that the person you're dealing with feels stuck. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. They've been going in circles in their own head for a long time, overthinking everything, doubting themselves, feeling trapped in a situation they don't really know how to get out of. At the same time, with the 8 of Cups reversed, they haven't been able to fully walk away from something they already know isn't fulfilling anymore. So this is someone who knows they're not happy where they are. They know something in their life doesn't align anymore. They know it isn't giving them what they really want, but they're still there. They're still emotionally attached, still hesitant, still afraid of what happens if they actually leave. That's why this feels like a karmic loop. They keep repeating the same pattern instead of choosing change. Then we have the 4 of Wands upright, clarified by Death. This tells me exactly what that pattern is. The 4 of Wands represents an existing foundation, a relationship, a home, a long-term situation, a structure that was built and stabilized at some point, something that once felt safe or familiar. But Death coming in shows that this foundation has already reached its end energetically. Spirit is saying it's done, it's complete, it's run its course. There is nothing left to grow there. It doesn't mean it has physically ended yet, but spiritually, emotionally, karmically, it's over. They're standing in something that should already be closed. They're holding on to something that no longer fits who they are, and that's why they feel trapped. At the center of the reading, you have the 4 of Cups reversed, clarified by the Page of Swords reversed. And this is really important because this explains the emotional shift between you. The 4 of Cups reversed shows awareness. It shows waking up. It shows someone realizing, I can't keep pretending anymore. I can't keep numbing myself. I can't keep avoiding this. They know something has changed between you. They know you've emotionally pulled back. They know you're not giving the same energy. They know you're more detached. And the Page of Swords reversed shows why. There has been a lack of honesty, things left unsaid, half-truths, avoidance, mixed messages. For some of you, this person didn't tell the whole story. For others, they avoided making a clear choice. For others, they let assumptions grow instead of communicating directly. But the key point is this. They understand now that the lack of clarity is what caused the distance. They're not confused about that. They know why you stepped back. Next, we have the 10 of Cups reversed, clarified by the 2 of Pentacles reversed. This is where reality really starts hitting them. The 10 of Cups reversed shows emotional dissatisfaction. It shows that the happy ending they were trying to hold on to isn't working anymore. The illusion is gone. The fantasy is gone. The pretending is gone. And the 2 of Pentacles reversed shows that they can't juggle anymore. They can't balance 2 priorities. They can't balance 2 lives. They can't balance comfort and truth. They can't keep trying to manage everything without consequences. A decision has to be made, and they know it. They know they can't keep you in limbo. They know they can't keep saying later or one day. They know they can't keep avoiding the ending. They're being forced into accountability now. And that brings us to your advice. You have the 7 of Wands upright, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune upright. Spirit is very clear here about your role in this. The 7 of Wands is you standing your ground, protecting your energy, holding your boundary, not folding just because they're uncomfortable, not softening just because they're scared to lose you, not going back into confusion. This is you saying, I'm not carrying this alone anymore. I'm not waiting in silence. I'm not accepting half answers. I'm not settling for emotional limbo. And the Wheel of Fortune shows that this is exactly what shifts the situation. Your boundaries change the timeline. Your self-respect activates fate. Your clarity forces truth. If you stay firm, things move. If you hold your line, the universe steps in. If you protect your peace, the cycle breaks. But if you give in too soon, if you accept less than honesty, if you go back into waiting, then nothing changes and the loop continues. Spirit is saying that your strength right now is what creates movement. Your growth is what creates consequences. Your emotional maturity is what forces this person to finally face themselves. You're not being cold, you're not being distant, you're being healthy. You're choosing yourself. And that's exactly why this situation is shifting now. So I'm going to leave the reading here because at this point, the energy is very clear. This situation is shifting not because you're chasing, not because you're forcing anything, and not because you're over-explaining yourself, but because you finally chose yourself. You chose honesty over confusion. You chose peace over emotional limbo. You chose self-respect over waiting in silence. And that choice matters more than you realize. Whether this person steps up, makes the ending they've been avoiding, and meets you where you are, or whether spirit brings something better into your life instead. Either way, you are being moved onto a higher timeline right now. Nothing about your growth is being wasted. Nothing about your patience was pointless. Nothing about this journey was for nothing. It taught you discernment. It taught you boundaries. It taught you what real emotional safety feels like. And that's something no one can take from you. If this reading resonated, make sure to like and subscribe so your energy stays connected to future messages, because Spirit always brings through what you're ready to hear next. And if you're interested in more general and zodiac readings, make sure to check out my other channel, Quantum Tarot, which is linked below. Thank you so much for being here, for trusting your intuition, and for allowing yourself to grow through what you've been through. I'll see you in the next reading.